Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Pipeline. I'm Beth Ponso from the Multimedia Department here at the Post-Gazette.
And I'm Eric Schwartzel from the Business section. And this week our news starts local and goes national. Range Resources is currently wrapped up in 2 lawsuits involving local communities and their conditional use ordinances. Conditional use is when a community has site-specific requirements for every well, and they can include buffer zones around hospitals or schools or certain residences too. And last August, Range sued South Fayette over its ordinance, saying the township's regulation was double-dipping with the state and federal constitutions. On Wednesday, more than 250 South Fayette residents and your 2 favorite In the Pipeline hosts showed up for a zoning hearing scheduled to hear the arguments, but the decision was postponed after the township solicitor called on 3 members of the board to recuse themselves. That's because 2 officers own leases with Range, and the alternate works for another gas firm, EQT. The next showdown will now be on November 9th, but this latest delay is simply a stop on the case's inevitable ride to the courts. And it was a busy week for Range Resources' legal team. The Texas driller also filed suit against Cecil Township and its ordinance, saying the township violated procedure by revising its regulations without properly advertising the changes.
Well, someone who's certainly not opposed to gas drilling is Republican presidential candidate Governor Rick Perry, and he's in town this week. He arrived in Pittsburgh on Thursday to host a $500 per person fundraiser in the Strip. And Governor Perry is also expected to give an economic policy speech in West Mifflin this morning. And if Tuesday night's GOP debate at Dartmouth is any indication, Perry's proposed policies will almost certainly focus on both the development and especially the deregulation of America's energy industry.
Well, clearly opening up a lot of the areas of our domestic energy area. That's the real key. You've got an administration that by and large has either by intimidation or over-regulation put our energy industry and the rest of the economy in jeopardy. And we've got to have a president who is willing to stand up and to clearly pull back those regulations that are strangling the American entrepreneurship that's out there.
Since the start of his campaign, Perry has promoted a diverse national energy portfolio, but in recent weeks he's become more vocal about specifically calling out the need to develop natural gas in the U.S., which he's referred to as a, quote, treasure trove underneath us.
Let me tell you, we're sitting on this absolute treasure trove of energy in this country. And I don't need 999. We don't need any plan to pass Congress. We need to get a president of the United States that is committed to passing the types of regulations, pulling the regulations back, freeing this country to go develop the energy industry that we have in this country.
And that brings us to a new segment, Unlikely Shale Star of the Week. Sorry, Governor Perry, it's not you. Pipeline audience, do you know the answer to this question? Which Hollywood star spoke out against hydraulic fracturing at a fundraiser for New York City mayoral candidate Scott Stringer? Was it Matt Damon, Scarlett Johansson, or Sean Penn? He's always angry. But the answer is Scarlett Johansson. The actress's family is friends with Scott Stringer. He's the Manhattan Borough president and a long-shot candidate for New York City mayor. And he hosted a fundraiser last month attended by the New Yorker magazine. In a short piece in this week's issue, Ms. Johansson is quoted as saying she supports Mr. Stringer in part because of his Kill the Drill campaign in opposition to hydraulic fracking. The Kill the Drill campaign is spearheaded by Mr. Stringer, wants to ban drilling near New York City's watershed. And we actually have some exclusive footage of Scarlett Johansson going up against some gas drillers. Whoa, Penn Future should give her a call.
Seriously. Although, you know, Eric, I think the gas industry might actually be in trouble this time. Because who do you think people would rather talk to about fracking? Scarlett Johansson or T. Boone Pickens? I know my answer.
For In the Pipeline, I'm Eric Schwartzel.
And I'm Beth Ponso. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.